Have you joined the fan club yet?
Fan club? Is it the Haunt Hour fan club?
I stopped my training for this?
The house is haunted by the echo of your last goodbye. The house is haunted by the echo of your last goodbye. The house is haunted by memories that refuse to die. I can't get away from a vision that brings intimate glimpses of intimate things. A voice in my heart like a tart singer sings. I wonder who's kissing her now. The house is haunted by the echo of your favorite song. The place is cluttered up with roses that have lived too long, much too long. The ceiling is white, but the shadows are black. A ghost in my heart says she'll never come back. The house is haunted by the echo of your last goodbye.
Troy, did you know there's background music here? Your privileges are going to be revoked soon, Troy. The house is haunted by the echo of your last goodbye. The house is haunted by the echo of your last goodbye. The house is haunted by memories that refuse to die. I can't get away from a vision that brings intimate glimpses of intimate things. A voice in my heart like a tart singer sings. I wonder who's kissing her now. The house is haunted by the echo of your favorite song. The place is cluttered up with roses that have lived too long, much too long.
Good evening and welcome to the Haunt Hour with your host Dan Doble, Susie Susie Fleesick and Troy Crivelone. Join us tonight as we talk about all things haunting and Halloween during the Haunt Hour.
What is that?
There we go. Welcome to another fantastic
Troy.
hour.
Troy, turn off your OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Troy, for this
Hey,
haunt
I
hour.
film content when it strikes, okay? And I'm not going to give up this opportunity.
Oh no!
Yeah. It's definitely dance pop. All right.
You can see the rest of that later tonight on my OnlyFans
That's what I just said.
and Twitter. I'm also on Twitter.
Fair enough. Everybody want to go contribute? You can go find Troy's OnlyFans page. He'll be more than happy to help you out.
Yeah.
Anyway, I am one of the three hosts in the Haunt Guy Doble. I am here with Troy Crivelone and Susie Q. How's everybody doing tonight?
Wonderful.
That's fantastic. Meh? Meh? Troy, I'm surprised you're actually, I mean, you're probably just living off adrenaline right now because you're heading out of here soon.
I'm leaving at 12:50 in the morning so that I could go to
Okay.
St. Louis
Mm-hmm.
For what?
to the trans world.
What's
Yeah.
that?
What is that?
It's so a bunch
It's
of
a
like
show.
postal employees get together and they talk about how much they hate Amazon, and then we have croquet
Oh.
tournaments, and then we also make cookie and make some cookies, and then we also make artisan coffees. So you should probably come, Susie, and maybe
Oh,
get some,
I see. I know.
get some talent.
I thought it was
Yeah.
a transportation show.
You know what's
I thought it was
funny
a
is
transportation show.
trying
Yeah.
to describe trans world to people that aren't in the haunt community because
What,
the
the
world,
name?
like
The name
everything
itself?
about it. The name
Yeah.
Or
is
the
part
actual
one.
show? Yeah.
No, just the
And then-
name.
yeah.
Yeah.
The name is part
Yeah.
one, and then the show, you're just like, well, there's all these people that get together, and it's like a hunter's
these
dream, and they don't get it, but
I just tell people I'm going to a Halloween convention because
Yeah,
even
and-
trade show, they're like, "What?"
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
and I'm just like, "It's
Yeah.
a Halloween convention." Oh, okay.
yeah.
But I did one of the things that I don't have it ready, so I will get it ready here in a minute while you guys are talking about other stuff for my news. But one of the things that they have at Transworld this year is going to be and it's in this thing called the Tribute Store, is a couple of kids items. And the baby one says, Future Haunter. And then the kids onesie or the kids hoodie says, Future Haunter, and it has a Transworld logo, but the Transworld name is really small on like the cuff of the ghost on the bottom. So it makes it easier for a kid to wear that without having to explain what that means, because it just says Future Haunter in big words, big, ghost and everything. I'll show them, and I'll show it in a few minutes, but that's their way of not having to worry about any teachers going, what's that?
Explaining that.
So.
Yeah. Wonder if they'll ever change the word trans world.
No, because it's the corporate name.
Yeah.
And
Still,
there's
even
what
them.
20 years
Yeah,
of
they
stuff
don't care.
to go. I mean, it's been, and they
Susie,
don't
they don't
just
change anything. You kidding me?
well, no, and they don't just do a Halloween convention either. There are other
I mean,
things.
they change the prices.
Yeah, that they do.
Anyway, enough of that. So, Troy, obviously, you're obviously gonna be talking about Transworld.
Obviously.
I'll give you a couple minutes here. Susie, you got some news?
Yeah, I
Come
got
on.
a little.
I'm
I
putting you
got
on
a
the spot,
little
even though you
bit.
know.
I've got a
What's
little
up?
bit of news. My news is in haunt news, because I've got a lot of news about a lot of shit, but my haunt news is that this soon here, very soon, my haunt and the building that my haunt is in, we're gonna be introducing Jelly Ball, if you guys know what that is. And if anybody out there knows what Jelly Ball is, it's like a low impact paintball experience. It doesn't sting like paintball, and it doesn't make a mess, and it's like a shooting game, like a laser tag type thing, but it's with those little Orbeez jelly balls, and they like
So
break on
Are
impact.
they actually Orbeez?
They are Orbeez. Orbeez is like a brand, so the brand
But
is
they're
Jelly Ball.
like
so-
waterlogged.
Yeah.
Waterlogged.
Yeah,
balls?
you get like a huge thing of them, and there's, I don't know, a million of them in there, and then you have to let them like soak in water for like 3 to 4 hours or something, and then you load up the
Yeah.
guns with these little like grenades and like put
Mhm.
them in there, and then you charge people to go in and shoot. It's just like another extra thing that we're adding to our Crawford name. So
So
we've got axe throwing, we've got the escape room, we've got the haunt, obviously, and now we're gonna have Jelly Ball. What?
another company.
And
Yes.
I
Oh
called
wait.
you're gonna have
I called
a
it. I
driving
called it.
range. You're gonna have a
Coffee.
driving range with go-karts where you
Yeah.
can hit the patrons
Oh,
with the
that's
golf
next
balls.
week.
I would love
Right?
that.
See?
I would
We're
love
just
that.
gonna
I
have
wanna
another
have like
company
a
next week.
whole, yeah, I want a
So
bigger building.
back to Jelly Ball.
Yes.
Where is that going to be in the haunt?
It's
Or
going
is
to be
it
inside the
off?
haunt, but yeah, so our building is 21,000 square feet, which when we bought it
Yeah.
seemed huge, and now we're like, we need more space.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, but you know, we have it. It's paid off. It was just paid off last month, thank Jesus. And so it's ours, and we're not really in a hurry to like go somewhere else right now because we're in a good location. The
Yeah,
name
why
of the
would you?
building is the Crawford School,
Established.
so like there's just like a bunch of shit there we don't want to deal with. So we're staying there, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually convert a part of the haunt into Jelly Ball in the off season. So Jelly Ball will actually be closed during haunt season, which is not ideal, but that's really the only way we can make it work. So we're just gonna have like panels that we flip around. One side's Jelly
A
Ball, the
good
other
idea.
side's haunt.
I
Yeah,
had
we're gonna do our best.
Have you done any? I mean, obviously, you just picked up Jelly Ball here in the last couple months.
Yeah.
Have you had any thought or any forethought into how you're going to make the haunt like universal for that and the show itself? Because I've got a couple friends that own haunts that do like airsoft or whatever
Yeah.
in the off season or laser tag, and it's amazing to see how open the haunt is when they play that, but yet how closed in it is
Yes.
during the season. So I was just wondering if you had any inkling or any thought on how you guys are going to do that, because I haven't been to your show yet, but I plan on it.
Yeah, I think the biggest
I wondered how that was going to turn out.
Yeah, I think the biggest like caveat right now would be like lighting. So I think we're
Mhm.
deciding we're going to do the Jelly Ball UV, and then
Okay.
that area will then be UV in the haunt, because the hardest part arguably of a haunt is trying to get the lighting right. So if we just keep it UV for Jelly Ball, and then that area will also be UV for the haunt, and then we won't have to mess around with that. I think that's one idea we've had. But as far as everything else, I don't know. We don't know about a theme. We don't really know. We do know that the folks that sold us the Jelly Ball told us that that indoor outdoor carpeting works really well in a Jelly Ball arena, because like when the Jelly Balls like break apart and they like just dry, you can just vacuum them up. So
really?
yeah, so I'm interested in doing that. We'll most likely just leave like the indoor outdoor carpeting down for the haunt, because I just can't see us rolling that up. But I don't know, we're gonna try to make it work. But it's gonna be, I always say it's interesting to me how people can build all their sets and their props and everything outside, and then rent a space in a haunt in a in a building or a mall or something. Yeah, there you go. That's an
Yeah,
outdoor
it's just
arena.
like paintball, but
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
Interesting.
And
it doesn't hurt.
if you're close, it does, but you're not really supposed to be that close. I don't know. We had the idea for like for the fall for haunt time to actually have like a zombie thing where we have an
Yeah.
actual person running around and you just
Yeah.
stand and like shoot, but you're not
Yeah,
gonna like.
that person gets paid $20 an
I was
hour.
gonna say that person,
Right?
that person is the highest paid actor that we have.
Mhm.
Yeah, but
Big
like
dummy.
if they have like a counter in front of them and they can't like get closer to the actor, we might be okay. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
I'm excited.
I am
It's
too.
new and it's safe and it's fun and it's totally right up the off-season haunters ideas. So I can't wait to see how it turns
Yeah.
out. So
That's our newest thing. So yeah, we're excited about that.
we. All right. Do you want me to go with my noise? No.
No, I'll do
Yes.
I'll do
Yes,
mine
my
real
news
fast.
is so epic.
I can't wait. Go ahead.
I'll do mine real fast, and then just
Okay.
because
Are you done?
Because what?
I said, are you done?
I'm not done yet. So, for those that are going to Transworld this weekend, They're doing basically what is equal to a Black Friday type of thing.
Yeah.
Where each morning at 8 a.m., Thursday, Friday, and Saturday morning, they will have 2 different items that are limited edition. As you can see with this one right here, there's only 20 pieces made. I think there was 60 of one item. But you have to line up and you get a ticket. So they'll walk down the row and say, what do you want? And you'll say, I want this defund tater flask and the pumpkin. And then they'll give you a ticket for each. When those tickets are gone, the items are gone, and you go off your merry way, and go on the
Who the hell would pay $20 for a fucking defund tater?
Well, 20 people will. There's only 20 of them.
20 people will. Wow. You know it.
And if people don't know who that is on there, that is Granny. That's one of his haunt characters flipping you off. The other Thursday item is from Toxic FX.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
it's $85. Holy shit balls.
How big is that?
Yeah, I will leave my.
If it's on your keychain.
I'll leave my.
I was gonna say it looks like it.
I'll leave my comments about the price on that.
Listen, we actually have, when you said keychain, we actually have an Evil Jay's pumpkin keychain from last.
Oh, Evil Jay's great. Yeah.
It's made for a keychain, and it was definitely not $85. And my daughter carries it around on her backpack, and it has held up. I thought for sure she'd lose it.
Yeah,
it's held up. It's good.
Yeah. So then on Friday they've got limited edition items where the adult hoodie will only, I think they said they have 40 or 50 of them in a bunch of different sizes. And then you've got the onesie and then the kids thing, and see how I said it right there. It's just real small down there, and then also on Friday has 3 items. I'm trying to go through the thing. They have the distortions, Greeley, which I have one of these. I have the green one, and it is signed to my daughter. And it is really cool. It stands up just like that. It stands up really well. But it is hollow inside. So you could foam fill it if you wanted to. But it is very well detailed, and it looks really cool. And this is the only time you'll be able to get that color scheme. They sell them on their website in green or purple. I think maybe one other color, but this will be just for the 20 for Transworld. And then also this one is coming home with me because it is just cool looking.
Yeah, that's real cool.
There'll be 50 of these for $35 from Stilt Beast, Alan Hops.
Yeah, that's a good price.
Yeah. Saturday. Saturday is the Ghost Ride pumpkins, and these will range in price depending on the size. And they are all holders. So they'll either hold like a pillar candle or pens or, staples, things like that. So each one has a cup inside of it. And then that's people from Transworld. Oh, yeah. So then Saturday as well is 2 cents. It's cinnamon sugar donut.
Oh, gosh. Does that say gag reflex?
And gag reflex.
No, no.
I won't tell what's in it because I do know what's in it. And it is the mixture of 3 of the worst scents they have.
Yeah.
And it's gross.
It's bad.
It's
just
gross.
Bad.
I don't need the mixture, or I don't need the mixture.
Also, Tater wants everybody to know, because we can say it on here without getting kicked off of Facebook because it's on a voice instead of texting. If these are sprayed anywhere in the vicinity of St. Louis, Missouri, there are people who will find you.
Yeah, and I will pay $20 to anybody who does it to Tater. So I'll Venmo you. Send me your Venmo with a video with him getting all pissed off, and I'm totally down with that.
The views of Van Doble do not reflect the views of the Haunt Hour, Haunt Collective, or Susie Fleesick.
I love it.
So yes, those will be on each day, 8 a.m. lineup. We don't know what time the actual doors to open. We know that the floor opens at 9 or 10 or whatever. The first class is at 9. But they didn't know when the actual doors of the convention center to get in open. So they may have updated that by now. But people that go to the thing every year, they know. I don't know. I'm just going to go where all the people are going. I'm just going to follow people.
That's a good idea. You'll figure it out. It's not hard.
I will. I've been to a few.
All the crazies.
Yeah. So, all right. Let's do okay, Dan.
All eyes are on
Oh no,
you.
he wants to see our reaction.
He wants to see us. Okay, go.
Yeah, okay. All
So there we go.
Okay.
Why is this not coming up? What? Oh my God! Seriously? Talk about an ultimate fail here. It won't let me share the screen.
No.
There, try it now. I think it's because I was sharing.
No, Chrome has lost permission to capture your screen. Fuck that. All right. Anyway, I'll just tell you about it.
Okay.
So about an hour ago, I got a message from somebody, and then I got a message from somebody else, and then I called somebody to verify that this is actually a thing, and it's a thing. Guess who's coming back? Come on, guys. Guess who's coming back?
Leonard Pickle.
Nope. Well, yeah, kind of. HauntCon's coming back.
Oh.
HauntCon's coming back.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're coming back with they're pairing with Fear Expo. Fear Expo. They're doing a haunt tour in November.
No way.
And they're also coming back to the trade show in Owensboro, Kentucky.
Oh
yes.
my! I'm there.
Yes.
I'm there.
Yes.
They're doing a haunt tour in November.
Yep, they're doing a haunt tour in November, like that other show that does a haunt tour in November.
Where's
and
the
then
haunt
they're
tour?
also, huh?
Where's the haunt tour?
Owensboro, Kentucky.
It's coming soon. It's probably going to be in Owensboro for the first year. I don't know. I don't know that yet, but I will find out.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yes,
that's
and I
cool.
confirmed it, and it is actually fact checked, and it is official.
Okay.
It is official. HauntCon's coming back, and they are pairing with Fear Expo.
So it's going to be announced.
I'm super excited.
They're going to be announcing it. I take it.
Yeah, it's already out. It's official.
Okay.
It's out. It's on HauntCon's page. If anybody goes to the HauntCon Facebook page, it's on there.
So, but does that mean that it is no longer owned by?
No, it's pairing. It's a partnership with Fear Expo.
So it's going to be at the
two
same time
together.
in the same place.
Correct. It's going to be the same time, the same place in Owensboro, Kentucky, where the Fear Expo was this year.
Okay.
It'll be HauntCon and Fear Expo, and then they're also doing the Ultimate Haunt Tour in November.
That's awesome.
Of this year, and there'll be more information on that coming soon.
Well,
cannot release that information yet, but
I like the location as somebody who's been to both cities.
Yep.
I like the location. The drive was easy for me from PA, but I like the location. I like the town. It was nice. It was literally 20 degrees the whole week we were there, which I didn't love, but it's
winter. What do you expect?
10 degrees in Pennsylvania. So
yeah, I was gonna say.
It was a heat wave.
I've been to Kentucky 2 times, and I'm going back again next month for volleyball, of course. I'm everywhere for volleyball.
Yeah, Kentucky in January doesn't sound like fun to me.
No, but it's better than Kentucky and Wisconsin. It's better than Kentucky and Pennsylvania.
True.
Yeah.
True that. True that.
I don't know. I don't really care where the show is. I'm inside most of the time anyway, so it doesn't really matter where it is. I could be in fucking Alaska for all I care.
Yeah, true.
You know? I'm just excited that there's going to be another show for everybody to come back. I'm excited to see all my friends from HauntCon. Excited to make new friends.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited too.
New friends at Fear Expo.
I never
awesome.
did any other show, so this will be fun for me. I mean, I only did Fear Expo and Transworld, so this will be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and Troy has something to say. On that note, let's talk about our next guest, the star of the show today.
Yeah.
Michael Peters. Let's bring him in here. Hello, Michael.
Hi, Michael.
Hi, everybody.
So, Troy, you know the background, you know the drill. Let's talk about some haunted house stuff, shall we?
Michael Peters is a Halloween haunter. All right.
All right, cool. Great show. Great show, everybody. Michael, you were awesome. Star.
It took me 6 hours to research that, and I went through 7 Wikipedia pages, and they had nothing to do with Halloween. So, yeah.
It takes a real haunter to be on this show. So, let's hear some stats.
Well, Michael, why don't you tell us? I'm totally
Troy is speechless. He doesn't know what to say right now.
Tell us.
He's filled with anger and speechlessness.
How am I going to transfer?
I just want to go to transfer. All right. Anyway.
Let me run the show.
Yeah. Susie, you can take
it. All right, there we go.
Michael, where are you from? And tell us about yourself and tell us about your haunt.
Okay. Well, I'm from Minooka, Illinois, which is near Chicago, about 45 minutes, 50 minutes south. It's a suburb. We've been doing our haunt since 2015 with the walkthrough, 2014 with the yard display. So about 8 years. A little bit about myself. I'm a manager at McDonald's. I'm currently attending college for business administration. Haunted houses are my life. So that's basically all I do. I act. I also really like music. Yeah, but mainly haunted houses. That's basically what I'm doing every day, everything.
You fit right in. Wonderful.
Yes.
Right.
Michael, do you plan on using your business degree to like open a professional haunted house?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So that's the goal here.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So McDonald's is just like your vehicle to get you to where you want to be.
Yeah, definitely just a stepping stone.
Okay. And Troy with the footage, as usual.
Yep, I'm on this.
Yeah.
I'm on this part. I got this. So what got you into haunting in the first place? Like, what was the catalyst?
Well, growing up as a kid, my mom always had Halloween Town on all the time. So when we're little, it was Halloween Town. She would take us to, local haunts. Like, we used to have one in town called Abyss. We went there all the time. I was obsessed with it. I also was I was always on YouTube when I was little, so I was always watching like Bloodshed Brothers, Halloween Hellmouth, all that stuff. And there were some other people that I don't remember, but it just, inspired me. One day when I was like maybe 8 or 9, me and my brother, we built a haunted house on our playset in the middle of summer, just sheets under the playset, and we played haunted house for all day. It was amazing. Awesome. And yeah, so it kind of just got worse from there.
Me and my siblings used to do that too. And they used to make me, I remember this one time they had me crawling in my bedroom and they had sheets up and everything. And for like effect, they had taken my dad's shaving cream and they put it on the floor. And I was like crawling through like my dad's shaving cream and it was all on the carpet. And I don't remember much more, but yeah, that's a good childhood.
Because you were grounded for 3 weeks and you got to hold the spoon.
Yeah, but listen, a good childhood, and your mom was awesome for taking you to all those places. I will say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Kudos to your mother. And you're very young, so I can imagine your mom's probably my age.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on to moms.
So I'm watching the show right now. I'm watching you going through here. Tell me a little bit about the walkthrough that you do. Now, you said it is a walkthrough, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So this walkthrough that we're watching right now, is this something that you set up like, a week or so in advance? Are you constantly working on the show? How long does it take you to set up?
Well, this video is
from you run through it?
Okay. This video is from 2016, so
okay.
Quite a lot has changed since then, I would say. So maybe back then, maybe a few weeks, but now, present day, it's a year-round process. We're planning throughout the year. We're buying things throughout the year. I have, this is going to seem wild for a pro haunt, but I like to run my pro haunt as if we're running a pro haunt. We have managers, we have makeup artists, we have security, we have ghost house, customer service. We have people at the table, we have a door person, and each night, on a good night, we had like in total 20 people running the haunt.
Interesting.
I noticed that.
Cool. That's super unique.
Looking through your YouTube videos that you've got videos up there of you guys building it and stuff like that, but you also have it where you're doing you're training actors and stuff like that. It looked, like you said, I mean, it's very professionally done. And when I told a few of my friends about this, that you were going to be on, they were like, "Oh yes, we know him. He is awesome. He is thorough. He's constantly wanting to learn and get, continue to challenge himself." So you have some high praise from some of your other Chicagoland haunters there.
That's awesome.
Troy,
That's really good to hear.
Do you have any newer stuff?
I do, but we're
yeah,
working
Michael.
for it.
One thing you need to know about Troy is he wants to pull the oldest stuff, like some of the stuff you wish people would like maybe forget. He likes
I
to
mean, you
pull
could
all
really go
that.
back and look at some raunchy stuff that I've got, but yeah.
Oh my God! Don't ever. I'm not even going to tell you what never to do because you'll do it. So forget it. Mm-mm.
But as you can tell, I mean, with just the difference, I mean, even just the the video quality, going from from each year, working on it differently and having more light, you definitely see a progression through, and that's why I do this, Susie, is I show the progression.
Mm-hmm. I know. So, Michael, when you say walk through, are they walking through your yard, your garage, your house?
It's mainly all in my 3-car garage. We do have, the queue line, as you kind of see right here in the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a whole nother thing we can get into. But we also use some of it's the side yard. There's a back door in the back of my garage that they go out of and kind of snake around. And we kind of do something out there too. So it's a yard and a garage haunt kind of.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
And so on a typical Halloween night, how many actors do you have running through here?
Actors, 16, and then we usually have 4 people who are out of costume for ghost hosts, or we do PG tours. So someone out of costume. If a kid is, we do get a lot of kids because we're in a neighborhood,
right?
So they can walk them through with a flashlight because the show is pretty we run it pro, so we want it scary, so it might be too intense for little kids,
It definitely is.
That's super cool.
Just the level of blood,
Yeah.
So, Michael, I've got a question for you. When I did a home haunt many moons ago, it was always fun to watch the parents when they come, like on Halloween with their kids. The kids didn't care. They want to go in. They're excited. They scream. They cry. And they come out. They laugh. How often do you see parents who are like, screw that, I'm not going in there? Do you have a lot of that? Isn't it funny? Isn't it hilarious? Yeah. Especially like sometimes dads even are like, fuck that, I'm out.
Well, you had a squeeze tunnel in there?
Yeah, it's the real deal. It's what you will find in pro hunts.
Wow.
It's only the 8-foot section, but it's still gives the purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I loved this room. This room back here. I loved how many lights did you have in that room to do that?
Just
do you remember?
2.
Oh, that's cool.
Just a blue and a green.
But that's really cool how you just walk into that room and you're just like, boom. I mean, that's like I like that a lot.
How do you know what to do, Michael? Like, I mean, this is really good. How do you is it trial and error, or obviously you do some research. Where do you come up with your ideas, and how do you implement them to get what you're looking at? Because it looks pro. So how do you know? How do you know what to do?
Well, I've acted in pro hunts for 6 years of my time through the industry. So I get bits and pieces over the years from, acting at different pro hunts and whatnot. But I also, shows like Haunters Hangout, Haunt Hour too. Get ideas, Facebook. Chicago Haunt Builders is a really good group that we have here in the Chicagoland.
Yes.
People are always posting ideas. They're having make and takes and, all that cool stuff. So it's just a mix of everything. YouTube, trial and error, yes. I'm actually glad that you skipped kind of some of the older videos because it's a little embarrassing, but trial and error. As we go, we get better every year.
Mm-hmm.
So
we all started there, though. We all started with, I go back and look at some of my videos from the beginning and I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah. I leave mine up just because.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
Find them and
Now, when you guys, this is the 2020, by the way. When you start each year, do you get together with your group and like decide an overall theme, or do you just expand on the theme every year?
Well, this year specifically that you're showing on the screen was a Alice in Wonderland type of deal. Okay. So we plan out, again, it's a year-round process. So we already have like this year all planned out.
Okay.
So maybe as soon as that season's over, we're already talking about what we're doing next year. So we're constantly having meetings. We have Zoom calls with my management team, and we come up with ideas and what we're going to do and how we're going to top ourselves. And just, it's all about just doing better than what we did the year before.
That is a significant, cool. I don't think I've seen this many queue line actors or any queue line actors at a home hunt.
Or any actors.
Yeah, we get a lot of people on our busiest nights, which are typically Saturdays. The whole driveway is packed with people, and it's amazing.
So let's dip into that. Talk to us about the queue line, because not many people that are home hunters follow a queue line on a professional level.
Yeah.
Talk to us about queue line and how your queue line is badass.
Okay. Well, we have obviously line actors. We have our, icon characters, if you will, Skittles, Goofy, Cheney, Booger, all these people who, we also create social media accounts so we get people involved and want to see these characters. And, they're like, oh, well, that's cool. So that's kind of the aspect that we're going for, like a pro hunt does. Okay. A pro hunt will have icon characters. But another thing we do is we have our graveyard set up. I will admit my display in the front for the graveyard is nothing to scream at, but it's something to catch your eye. Let you know, hey, this is where the haunt is, Hey,
we're here.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But something that I think is unique that most likely no other home haunt probably does is we have an array of music playing in our queue line. Anything from metal to pop to Lady Gaga to Lizzo, we have it all. And it works just great. It's a fun time out there. People are laughing, dancing, screaming, and then they get in and it's like boom in your face. So that's what I was going for, and it works really well.
Yeah, I've had queue lines whenever I've done a walkthrough, and I've done like one queue line actor, but I've never done music out there. So you're right. That's not something that I thought about, So then you're piping that outside, and then you have other music and stuff on the inside, and they don't, because it's in the garage, you're not getting cross stuff, right?
Nope. You cannot, when you're inside the music, we make sure it's loud enough that you cannot hear, you're not going through the butcher room hearing Lady Gaga just dance,
Right.
So you hear the creepy music, and when you're outside, you can hear the creepy music. So there's kind of that build up, but that's okay.
Right.
But when you're inside, the show is, I'd say it's good enough and loud enough that you don't even know what's going on outside.
And so one of the things that I came up with while I was doing walkthrough hunting was that when you have your exit, I had my exit go through the queue line. So like it crossed the queue line. So as they left, they were hitting people that hadn't gone through yet. So they saw the excitement and stuff like that. Does your queue line or your exit end back in the driveway area?
Yeah, it does. They can see people coming out, screaming, yelling, running, or walking.
Right.
So they can see them.
Nice. That's cool. And so they can hear them screaming and stuff inside too?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, nice. That's always fun. that usually gets people going along and being like, I don't want to go in there. Like you can see people like progressively get more worried as they get closer.
So funny.
Now, you said you had a makeup crew.
Yeah.
Do they do their own makeup and do like prosthetics and all that kind of stuff too? And are they like, using masks and makeup?
Yes, as you see, there's Chloe. Chloe's one of our makeup artists. We also have Brooke and Alexis. Brooke is our head makeup artist now. It used to be Chloe. But we're shifting focus onto something else, and she's going to come help me with that. And so we're pushing makeup off to Brooke, but Chloe will still do makeup. That's actually Brooke right there. Nice. Brooke is our head makeup artist. She actually dabbles in some of, the prosthetic stuff too, but we do masks too. As you can see, that actor has a mask on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's makeup. It's a mix of everything. We have prosthetics, masks, makeup. I love pumpkin pulp, so I have a lot of their masks. So
who doesn't?
I know, right? And I love all your photo shoots you guys do. I noticed that a lot. You guys are doing a lot of cool photo shoots with your characters.
Yeah, we love to do that. We love to, post little teasers in the off season. Just get people hyped. If nobody sees it, okay, cool. But we like, we like what we do, so we like sharing it with everybody.
Yeah.
So when did you know that you wanted to do a walkthrough? When did you know you wanted to build a haunt? When did you know you wanted to be a haunter?
Probably when I saw the Halloween Hellmouth walkthrough from 2012, and I was blown away. I'm like, yeah, I want to do that. And my parents probably thought, what is going on here? Like, what's happening? But they're very supportive, and it happened. It happened. So I'm very lucky.
Well, if you're ever if you're in my area before next summer, since I'm moving to Dallas in a year and a half, if you're in my area in the next year and a half, I will take you up to see Troy. He is a really good friend of mine, and he would he never misses an opportunity to talk with the fan for sure.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's awesome.
And I can take you to Halloween Town as well, because that's like 20 minutes from me.
Yeah.
You said your parents are very supportive. I can only imagine. I mean, I would be very supportive if my son, when that time comes, says, "Dad, I want to build a haunted house in the garage." I'm totally down for that. But were your parents Halloween or haunt people, or were they just like, "Oh, he's got a creative outlet, let's let him run with it"? Like, how did they go about like the first? Let's not even say the third or fourth year haunting.
Right.
What was their thought process? I mean, how did you deal with that, or did you not have to, and they were totally down with everything and they were all on board?
For the most part, I mean, it's just me telling them my ideas all year long. They have to deal with me, talking their ear off all year long. But everybody in my family has acted in it throughout the years, so they love getting involved with it. My dad does the chainsaw sometimes. My mom has acted, in recent years. She's worked the donation table. Oh, that's something that I should probably bring up is we do charity. It's a charity haunt. So we raise donations for a wonderful charity called Shorewood Hugs, which is a local, kind of like a Make-A-Wish. It's a local Make-A-Wish for families in need in the local area, Shorewood, Joliet, Minooka. And last year we raised over $4,000 for them.
Wow.
And collectively over the last, I want to say, either 4 or 5, I can't remember when we started raising donations for them. We've raised almost 8,000, which is quite a bit, and they're very supportive of us too. I had to make sure I got that in there.
That's awesome. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you raise that money just when you're open on the nights, or is there a way to donate online all year round? Is that a thing?
We shared out the link to their website directly in 2020 when COVID, people might not be comfortable coming to the haunt. That's fine. They can donate. And last year we kind of just threw the link to their page on there too. Hey, you can donate. So yeah, we do share that link out too.
I spy a 12-foot skeleton. That's good. Everybody's got to have a 12-foot skeleton.
Michael, I have a question for you. Are you a one of the ones that says, I like what I see and I'm going to build it? Or are you one of the guys that I like what I see, I'm going to buy it and make it better?
It depends.
Okay.
Early on, lots of Spirit Halloween stuff. As you can see, there's a Spirit Halloween prop right in the middle of my garage. She doesn't work anymore, so she's just a static.
Right.
So over the years, it's kind of like, what can I do to make this not look like a Party City Spirit Halloween prop? Change it, put a mask over it, put a costume on it, that kind of thing. My favorite thing now is to buy mannequins and dress them up. So I'll buy a mask from Haunted Hills and buy a costume from Haunted Hills and dress it up. I just love doing it. It's cheaper than buying like bodies. So combination of both. I do buy things from stores. As you see, I have the 12-foot skeleton, and
Right.
It's a healthy mixture.
I mean, you try to build a 12-foot skeleton for under $300. That ain't happening. Plus the time involved, you know. I mean, and to be able to fit it in a box, you know. So there are some things that, you know, definitely that, you know, but that's what I've kind of always said about people, you know, when we go to conventions and stuff like that, some of us will look at something and go, okay, I can't afford $500 or $1,000 for this prop, but I could build something like it, you know, and as long as you're not selling it, that's what home haunting is. I mean, everybody builds what we make, and we could buy almost everything that we make, but we make it and we make it unique, you know. And so like you're saying, with changing up a spirit prop, you know, and or, you know, using the Haunted Hill stuff, that's what this industry is all about.
Yeah.
And you can definitely tell the progression of just the, you know, just the sets and the quality of, you know, just the lighting and everything. And
yeah, that was that's last year. I will pat myself on the back for that one. I think that we did a really good job scenic wise.
Absolutely.
I had a lot of help from my dad that year and my brother. Some of the previous management team, Alexis and Chloe, we really knocked it out of the. I think we did a really great job with our.
That room alone looked badass.
I know, right?
Yeah. That's like a forest, and it has a light show. I'm sure it will go off here in a second. It was I kind of saw the Universal like animated light synced up with sound scare, and I was like, how can I do that?
Right.
And so you'll see it. It's kind of my take on it, and the actor would pop out of a hole and, you know, do their thing.
Oh, I see. Wow.
How long does it take to walk through the haunt with actors?
It depends on the person. If you run through, it could be 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say on average 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay.
I'd be in there a lot longer. I'd be in there a lot longer looking at everything.
This is awesome.
I'm the one that all the actors have to like use their best lines on. Keep moving. You don't want to be here. Because I'm always like, I wonder how they did this. I'm
wow, this is cool. Oh, you're really good. I love your costume.
I'm the worst. I am the worst.
I don't know. I think that's pretty much all hunters like that.
Yeah.
That's one of the hardest things about walkthrough haunting is that when you put so much effort into all the little details because it's what you and your crew wants, or if that person, you know, if you have a person who's building one room and they're really, you know, going all out in it, and then you put a scare in there, and then the people just leave so fast. You're like, I didn't get a see. You didn't see any of my work.
You just ran right through. You looked at the floor.
But that's why, because it was super effective, you know. But
Michael, I noticed you had like a warning sign. That's cool. I'm not sure I've seen a lot of those in a home haunt. That's more of like a professional thing, but that's cool that you did it.
I think I have that same sign rolled up in my garage right now.
You should probably put it on your kitchen.
Thank you. Yeah, I should.
Good idea.
I want to thank Haunt World for that sign. Thank you. Thank you very much for that.
Right. We'll get to now we got actors. Now we got the different. That was the non-actor walkthrough. This is the actor.
Oh, that's cool. What is that, a mask? Go back to that. Rewind. Michael, tell me about. Come on, Troy. Is that a mask, Michael?
Yeah. Yes, that's the. I don't remember the exact name, but it's a pumpkin pulp mask.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
This is like.
That looks pumpkin. Yeah.
Oh, that's super cool.
And the costume is Haunted Hills.
Got it.
Oh, yeah. See, you're mixing stuff.
Nothing wrong with that. So you're very actor heavy. Do you rely on actors for scares, or do you have animatronics for scares, or what do you prefer?
I would prefer, if I was running a pro haunt, to be a good mixture of both. But we're a home haunt nonprofit. I can't afford the animatronics that I would like to have. So right now we are very actor heavy, so we really push it. But I also in every room there is some form of scare to help them, whether that's an air cannon, drop panel, or firecracker from Fright Props. Our Cheney right there has a horn. So no real animatronics. There's one air cannon. That's it. So mainly actor driven.
Those are my favorite though. I love, there are always, some good animatronics. My thing with a lot of the animatronics that are air is you always hear that air go off first. So you know something's coming. If you have a good sound system, which a lot of the pro haunts do now, they have a good sound system that will hide that sound, and for home haunts, there are some that'll put the compressor way in the back, but you still hear that release on the actual prop itself. And that just kind of like ruins it. So motor props are better because they're always doing the thing, or they trigger and they move and there's not that hint, but actors, I love the ability for them to change for each customer, and to react to each customer.
The reaction to the action. Yeah.
And the first scare they get that night is usually not the way they scared the last person either, because they've been like, that didn't work. Like the first 5 people, I didn't get anybody. Yeah.
Yep.
This is awesome.
So how do you stage and prep your actors in a home haunt like this? I mean, you said earlier that you do actor training and stuff like that. Like, how do you manage the amount of actors you have in your show in a home haunt of this size?
Just like a pro haunt, or I would hope most pro haunts have management, because the owner can't do it all. We have actor managers. Our 2 actor managers are Alexis and Hannah. And before the season, even before we might even do it in August, before we even start building, we have actor training. So we'll get our actors, get in a circle, and just train them. Just how they would do in a pro haunt. Give us your best zombie. What do you think a zombie would sound like? What do you think a demon would sound like? Just get them out of their comfort zone and kind of break that ice. So when the dress rehearsals start coming, when they're inside the haunt, it's easier in that they're more comfortable. We do have people who, come in throughout the year, maybe drop out, and then we have a new person come in. So that's kind of a tricky thing where we have to get them up to speed. But that's when the managers come in, and I can rely on them to make sure everybody's not saying boo, and that they're, they have lines, they're doing their scares, making sure everybody's okay, making sure everybody has water. You want to make sure that your actors are taken care of, especially when you're very actor driven.
Yes.
I know that very well. We're very actor driven at my haunt, and we didn't plan to be, but that's all we could afford, like you. And now that we're going into year 7 as our pro haunt, we're just known for that. So we can't just pull half of our actors at this point and buy a bunch of props. And we could, but I don't think that's not why people come. So I totally understand. Trust me, last year was the year I thought I was going to just fire everybody and just like have animatronics everywhere. So you're all volunteer, I assume. So these people are, I guess my question is there a pro haunt they could work at, but they're choosing to work with you?
Yes. My team is 100% volunteer. I do have former pro haunt actors who chose to come to us instead, and there's multiple pro haunts in the area that they could very easily go to. Sometimes I'm not sure why they don't, but but they always choose to stick around, and I like giving my team creative freedom. So whatever they want to bring to the table, I hear it out, and I think that's why they love it and they like sticking around.
Yeah, home haunting is very family oriented, and any good haunted house that is run correctly is like a family as well. So it's a no-brainer if you've got people that could get paid to haunt coming to your show to volunteer, because it's you and your haunt and the family that you created. So You got something there, so don't stop doing what you're doing.
Oh, I won't.
With that, with that being said, but I do have a side question. Is it the Skittles? The Skittles, the Pro Haunt actor? Or is this the second Skittles? It's the Skittles?
The Skittles. I don't.
Oh, she's badass.
I'm not sure. I know she has a following.
Yes, she does. So
she's
badass.
my best friend. She started at my home haunt a few years ago as the doll. Next year, I brought her out to the Q line, and I used to act with Basement of the Dead and Disturbia Haunted House, and we started going there, and now we act at both. The nights that we're not doing our haunt, she'll go to Disturbia and act. So she's known at both, and I think that's really great. It not only brings more people to our haunt when she's here, but it also, gets her out there and, supports her and, makes her feel good that, she has fans,
She's one of my favorites in the ChicagoLand area. So I'm from Wisconsin, so she's badass. She's badass. Not gonna lie.
Now,
I might rave about her.
Do you have any yes, Keith, he is in Chicago. How do you pronounce the name of your town?
Minooka.
Minooka. I was gonna say Mintonka truck because that's what I see it. I just would, and I don't know why.
You would, you crazy lefty.
Do you plan on ever going pro? Like actual, like getting a building and doing exactly what you're doing, but just in a full-on building that you have all the trials and tribulations of a haunt owner with?
Well, that's a great question. It's been my dream ever since I was little to have a pro haunt. I definitely want to go pro. There's definitely leaps that we're going to have to go through, but I would say that we could go pro right now and we would do really well. But the problem is I am waiting for the opportunity to come, and funds. Funds is always going to be a problem until we make profit off of this. But I will say, in the recent year, we had two new people join us. One came from a pro haunt background and the other one didn't. And they are very, very involved this year with the planning. Their names are Vinny and Nick. And it's all about, I think I have a really great team, especially those two, because they're really great with tech, lighting. They're making 3D models of the haunt for this year, which I'm like, wow. I've always done it on like paper. So with the addition of those two, it cements it even further that we're going to go pro soon, hopefully, and we're going to do really well.
Super exciting.
That is awesome. I noticed that you have different nights you're open. How many nights were you open last year? And do you average that every year, or do you add more as you go?
It definitely was add as you go. The first year we're open, it was just Halloween. And then the next year, I think it was 3 days and then 3 days. But this past year, we were open every Friday and Saturday in October. We plan on doing the same this year, and we're going to add Sundays just to add more days because, we had requests from the community. Hey, why aren't you open on Sundays? Okay, well, we used to be open on Sundays too, but we'll open back up on Sundays. But it just depends. It's, again, trial and error. We did Sundays one year. We thought, well, it was meh. So, but now there's a demand for it, so we'll put it back on.
Have you ever done a night? I know you said you have like a PG night because that is not PG at all. Speaking of not PG, do you ever have a night where people can go through with the lights on and look at stuff like a daytime walkthrough type of thing?
Yeah, we usually do that on Halloween.
Okay.
They can come through sometime. Well, in previous years, I've covered, scenes that are a little too gory.
Right.
With just, a tarp or something.
Mm-hmm.
So Yeah, we do. We usually do it when it's daylight out on Halloween, but
Nice.
not really a PG thing. We do. Last year we started doing a Chicago Haunt Builders Night. We did that specifically so other haunters have an opportunity to come see what we're doing, so they can maybe get ideas, see people. But what also was unique about that is we used it as our family and friends night. We also used it as one of our dress rehearsals. We had 3. And we also invited some of my friends over at Disturbia to come act, like Chains.
Okay.
So we had a few pro haunt actors come out and play. It was fun. It's nice to have some of these pro haunt actors from, Disturbia and Basement of the Dead come and, maybe guide my newer actors into, becoming that.
Yep. That's awesome. That's just the way the community should be.
I've met a lot of Chicago haunters, especially when I went a couple years ago, and I've known a bunch of them for a while too. And that entire group, including most of the pro haunts, there's a few pro haunts that are the older style, and they're just like, we're doing our thing, that's what we're doing. But the community in Chicago as a whole is just amazing, and it's super supportive. I mean, it's just everybody out there. I saw last year and the couple years before where somebody would post up their display and they were like, here's my little display, it's not that great, and it's just like boom, just all these comments, no, this is great, I like that, even if they and they weren't like just pumping it up, they were actually finding things in their display that they liked, and it was nice to see that everybody was like, I don't care that you think it's bad, we don't, and you shouldn't. So I really enjoyed meeting all the people in Chicago, but noticing that it's very, very, very supportive.
Yes, I definitely agree with that.
All right, Michael, I have a question for you. It's going to date you. It's going to date me too. Did you ever go through Dream Reaper's haunted house?
No.
Oh, I'm sure you've heard stories being in the ChicagoLand area.
I have.
That's why he said nope.
For the sorrow. So to piggyback off of that question, what haunted house, and it doesn't have to be in the Chicagoland area, what pro haunted house would you say that you draw the most inspiration from?
Oh.
Ooh.
So I guess here's a question to the question.
Sure.
Is it the haunt that I want my pro haunt to be, or is it the pro haunt?
No, because every
now.
Yeah, a pro haunt that influences you. Every haunt is amazing in its own way, and I always say it's like a art installation. Everybody has their own take on scaring people in haunted houses. So with that being said, just something that you draw inspiration from. Like, oh, I really love this haunted house. This is where I pull my, my inspiration from. For instance, when I was your age, I'll give you a heads up. When I was your age, and I was dead into haunted houses, and I love haunted houses, Terror on the Fox was the haunted house that got me going.
That's the
haunted house that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's amazing, and that was what I wanted to strive to be like. The amount of detail, the way it was laid out. I mean, it's an amazing attraction.
Mm-hmm.
It's not high on the scare level, but it's more of a show. You know what I mean? Like they present a show to you. It's not just walk into a dark room and scare. It was more of a presentation. So that's what I'm getting at. Like, what do you want your, like, what if there is one? Maybe there isn't one. It's something that you draw inspiration from, and you aspire your haunt to be like when you end up going pro.
I really like everything in and out. That's how it's ran. Everything about Midnight Terror Haunted House in Oaklawn. They started pro, and now they're professional. I really love their haunt, and I'm not sure if you guys are familiar how they run it, but they're very organized.
Been there many times.
And
yes,
I'm a very organized person, so it was amazing, getting to see how they run it, and that's exactly how I want to do mine when I get the opportunity.
it's funny when I don't know if you were listening to when we were talking about Jelly Ball and Susie. That's the haunt that I was pulling off of when they did airsoft, or laser tag in that show. It's the way that they can close in rooms but still have open areas for other events, like the forward thinking and the fact that they were a home haunt, like Midnight Terror, props to Midnight Terror, but the fact that they were a home haunt and they went pro, I mean, gives inspiration to anybody that's a home haunter out there. I mean, they're awesome.
It definitely gives me hope.
Yes. I mean, you definitely have the drive and the passion.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Don't lose that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is top quality stuff for a home haunt walkthrough for sure. I mean, it's, and just like you said, your organizational part of it really shows. And one thing that I've always said about, certain haunts is that you can see a lot of pride, especially in like the pictures with your actors and the pictures with people building and stuff like that. And that you have a lot of people who constantly want to come and help you because they're proud of what they do. And then you present it to the public like this, even in person or online. And you can definitely tell that there's a lot of pride in what you're building and what you're presenting to the people. So fantastic job.
I might have to come down in October. I'm not gonna lie.
Right?
Not gonna lie.
Please do.
I don't tempt me, man. What weekends are you open? Are you open just the week of Halloween, or are you open like how many weekends in October?
This year we'll be open every weekend except for the first, because my family's taking a trip to Salem the first week of October.
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
So
winning.
Unfortunately, but kind of not.
Yeah, that trumps
we won't be open the first weekend, but every other weekend, yes.
You will definitely enjoy Salem. I will just tell you that because I've been there twice. I've been there in October.
I knew
and
it.
July.
I knew it was coming.
I know. Do not get there past like 9 a.m. on like any of the weekend days, because the parking is non-existent.
Crazy.
We park, and if you want, I can actually send you a message of where we parked, and it was a little cheaper, and it was not that far to walk, and it was kind of in the middle of everything. But it was like across from the downtown. But once you're parked, you're good to go. It is everything you thought it would be. And it is an extremely fun time. And just take your time and walk everything. It's a lot of walking. It's a lot of walking. Oh, yeah. But I've went twice and I still haven't seen everything. So it's a fantastic place to go.
I'm excited.
But we've reached that point in the show where I have to show where you can find out all the information about the Nightmare Haunted House.
That was scary when you said I have to show. I was kind of like,
I have to show my OnlyFans. Oh, dang it. I will get subscribers.
He
sent me the one I had. He sent me this message, and I had to like send him a money order, and he was like a prince. I don't know. It was weird.
And did you send it?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my God.
Let a boy. Good things coming in your future, my friend. Good things coming.
Right. I also forwarded the chain letter on that he gave me too, so you're going to be getting that in the mail pretty soon.
Fantastic.
So you can go to Facebook. It's the Nightmare Haunted House. They have an Instagram, of course, because you saw last week's episode with Johnny and talked about Instagram. They have quite the Instagram. Lots and lots of pictures to look at, and including your information of where to go. So that's good. Lots of videos and amazing pictures like that. I mean, that's a badass picture.
Mm-hmm.
And they also have a YouTube page, Nightmares 31, or you can type in Nightmare Haunted House like I did on the top up there. And that will also you can also click on the banners and it'll take you to Facebook. See, look at that. Boom, look at that. Right to Facebook eventually. Yeah, see, look at that. There you go. So you can hit them all up on there. Make sure you like it and like all their stuff and follow them, and you'll be able to see their progress throughout the year here. And we'll be waiting to see what you do and what your theme is and everything.
Super excited. Thank you so much for Michael for coming on the show today. It's
It
been
looks
fun.
like Chloe said we have to come see it before we go pro.
Yeah.
Why don't we come see it before and during?
Oh, there you go. Before and
do
after.
both.
right.
We definitely have a few tricks up our sleeves this year.
Nice.
So.
That's awesome. I'm super excited. I definitely, I don't want to say I do because I always say I'm going to go and then I never show up. So this is a feasible thing because I usually make it to ChicagoLand at least once in the month of October.
If you have a chance to go to Chicago in October, you definitely should. You can hit a lot of home hunts, and even in other parts of Illinois. There's a lot to do in Illinois for Halloween. So
fantastic.
Yeah.
All
right.
Any last words, Michael? Anything you want to say? Anything you want to, like, Troy, you suck?
Yeah.
I hope to see everybody. I hope you guys are excited just as I am for our future. And thank you so much for having me on. It was really fun to get to just talk about haunted houses and my haunt.
Right.
You don't get to do that at McDonald's every day. People probably complain when you start talking about Halloween when you're trying to work at McDonald's, huh?
Yeah.
All those muggles.
Well, and tell your cast and crew. I've seen some of them are actually watching.
Yeah.
And definitely, give them kudos and props from all of us that they've done a fantastic job.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
All right, everybody. Next week, Tuesday. Who's coming on next week, Tuesday, Troy?
It is Roland Pickens.
Oh,
we're going
Roland
south.
Pickens.
We're going south.
We're going way deep south.
We're going to Texas.
Everything's bigger in Rollins pants.
Everything, right? The Photoshop king and the cruise king, evidently too, because that's all he does is take cruises and then quickly.
Well, when you're a pro home haunter like Rollins, you get to do. All right, everybody.
All right.
Have a good night. We will see you next week.
Yeah.